Hi, we are Jenny,
Misha,
Rachel,
and we are here again taking advantage of Adam and Chris' kindness and using some of the minutes to promote our show, Cue the Lights, by teens and 14s, and also to interview the one and only Leila Jean Davis.
Hi.
So how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
And so we have one daughter and Jody acting class. Do you know him?
Yes, I actually do. I really like him. He's super fun, and my mom's great friends with him too, and I'm great friends with him too.
So, Leila, you're obviously an experienced actress. How long have you been acting?
For about say 5 years now.
So you've been in a lot of, segments of TV shows and movies.
Yeah.
So you've done a lot of them. So do you have a favorite role?
This is hard. I really liked everything I've been in, but one of my favorites was 13 episodes of Zombie Etiquette, which is a TV show that is actually on the Princeton Community Television Center, and we filmed it in the other studio. And it's really fun, and I played a zombie, Dorothy. And I also liked Sesame Place because it was just really fun, and I got to run around a lot, and all of it's fun, but those are some of my favorites.
So you went on Celebrity Ghost Story and for Zombie Etiquette.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want those roles or you just end up good as monsters?
Well, I actually am good at scary monster things, and I want all the roles that I can get, but most people would think that the happy roles when you get to bounce around a lot are really fun, and they are, but the scary ones is where you really get to apply your acting, because most of the time you know how to act happy, but you don't know, it's harder to act mystical.
So you are on the HBO The Nick, and you are in the web series Innovators.
Yeah.
Is there any difference, or when filming, is there a difference? Or?
There's actually a big difference. Because with the Nick, which is on Cinemax HBO, it's I was in the second episode, and it is a huge set, a huge crew. We filmed in New York, and they literally closed down the streets for it. And it was really awesome that I could get that role, even though it wasn't a speaking part. I was definitely still a featured character, and it was super fun. And there is a big difference though, because you don't really get to meet everyone on the set, especially with the big director like Steven Sonnenberg on the set. But with the Invaders, which I have thing for here. Yeah. With the Invaders, it's a much smaller set, and you know everybody, and you get to talk to everybody. And our director, Mark Cabaroy, he's really awesome, and he'll definitely help you and give you direction for stuff. And it's definitely you have a script to memorize because it's such a small set, and it's really fun. It's on YouTube, and everyone should go check it out. So.
Yeah, also, we heard you were at the NY Comic Con. So, how was that?
That was super fun. New York Comic Con was one of the most exciting things that I've ever been to. And I was there for the Invaders, and I was working at the booth. And I also had a field trip for school that day, so I was a little bit hesitant on going because the field trip, I know it's really fun because I got to go with my friend and her brother once before, but once I went, I was so glad that I did. There's so many people and there's so many different things. If you like Star Wars, there's 50 jillion things for Star Wars, and if you like My Little Pony, which I do, there's 50 jillion things for My Little Pony. I actually got really cool leggings there, but we had a booth there, and it was super cool. We had a big banner poster, and we had all of these there, and I got to sign posters, and it was super fun. And there were a lot of different people you could meet.
Oh, so to the New York Comic Con, what is your favorite My Little Pony?
Oh, that's hard. Why'd you ask me that question? I really like Pinkie Pie and Applejack, and Applejack is kind of like a cowgirl, and her element of harmony, which is kind of like the elements of friendship, I guess, that like make up perfect friendship and stuff. Her element's honesty, and Pinkie Pie's is laughter, and Pinkie Pie's really funny, and I love her, and she has a lot of songs, and she's just in most things when like they just randomly break out in song and like movies and stuff, you're like, that's never gonna happen in real life. But with Pinkie Pie, I bet it would.
Yeah.
Do you have any hobbies besides acting and modeling?
Yes, I do. I like dancing, and I really like horseback riding, and I love hanging out with my family and my friends. I go on hikes with my dad and my dog and my mom, and I like bicycle riding with my dad on like different trails and stuff. And I also no, I forgot. Oh, no, I remember. I really like swimming. We actually like bought one of those above ground pools to put in our backyard. And I really like tree climbing too. It's really cool seeing stuff from like a new perspective.
So when did you realize you like acting?
Well, I was actually, when I was 7 years old, I was actually discovered by a very great man named Tony Stacy. There was a party behind my house, and I went to the party because we're invited every year, and I decided, because they were like, did anyone want to come up and sing with us? And I said I wanted to go up and sing, and this is what my mom always says. She's like, and he's like, okay. So he said the lyrics, and he's like, do you need the lyrics to tell me? Do you need me to tell them to you again so you can like remember them? I'm like, I only need you to tell me the lyrics once. And I did the song, and it was great. It was really fun, and he was talking to my mom later, and I did like performing, and I did like singing, and I like dancing, and he's like, your daughter should be an actress. So he kind of got me into the whole thing, and it was really great because I knew I wanted to like, you know, when you're little, you always dream about being a movie star, but that was kind of actually happened to me, so it was really fun.
Okay, so you've done a lot of roles and parts. Do you have like something you consider your big break, like that started it all?
Well, the big break, I guess the really big one was probably Sesame Place. I know I'm talking about that a lot, but that was like my first big role. But my first actual role was a part in a student film called Triangle, and it was exciting, and it was different because I'd never really done anything like that before. But definitely Sesame Place, that was my big break.
How do you balance your acting and your schoolwork?
Well, school's not my favorite subject, but I do a lot of, like when I get home off the bus, since we just had a whole day of school, I just sit down, like relax for like 10 minutes or something till like 4 o'clock, I guess, and then I have to get right to my homework. And sometimes my mom tries to get later audition times for me when I audition and stuff because I don't want to miss lunch because I can like go to my teachers and see what I have to make up at lunch. So